All right. Hello, Peter.
Hello, Nova.
How you doing, man? It's
Pretty
okay to be
good, pretty
scuffed.
good. Yeah. It's the
Episode
first
episode one,
episode.
episode zero. Very
Yeah,
scuffed.
yeah.
It's episode zero, but I'll leave that it says episode one on it.
Yeah. And with
Maximum
Sarah
scuffed.
podcast name.
Yeah, well, the episode one, mentally regarded, whatever that
Yeah,
means. The Gamer Awards podcast.
exactly. We talk about
Yeah,
regarded
what's the
people
gamer
over
word
the
of the
world.
day? Regarded.
Yeah, regarded.
It's when you think very highly of somebody. Hey, man,
Exactly.
you're fucking regarded.
Like those Canadian truckers.
Yeah, the Canadian
Very.
truckers. Okay, so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what you think of the truckers and what do the truckers really want? I heard that they submitted a proposal to the government that they hand over control of the country to.
Yeah, they want to overthrow Trudeau, right? I think that's their goal.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Now,
I think.
as far as I'm
stupid.
aware, they're complaining about provincial measures, but they're complaining to a federal government.
Yeah, they're annoyed about vaccine mandate, mask mandate,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And also want to overthrow the government. I think that's their goal.
My understanding is that if you try to cross the border, it's the US that will also make the rules as to whether or not you need to be vaccinated. So what are they even complaining about?
I think they have. I think I don't know. They're just complaining about everything. They're. But the problem is, I think that there's no solution, right?
Well, of course not.
You just
The
told their
only,
car,
the only
I
thing they
guess.
want is complete freedom and nobody does anything, and
Yeah.
that's that. Oh, solution to the protest? Yeah, you have to tow them and arrest them. Now, do you think it's okay? I think it's okay. I think it's okay if somebody's blocking the roads. I understand like a protest is important, but if somebody's blocking the roads, like if somebody had a heart attack on that street, they're gonna fucking die because the ambulance can't even get to them. Like,
I think it's reasonable to arrest them. I think.
Oh yeah.
If their demand is unreasonable, then they won't compromise. Then sure, you should arrest them. But I think Trudeau's action is kind of garbage as well, in my opinion.
Well, yeah. What really pissed me off is that these people are sitting in a city that is now like not functional, and just a regular guy, like he can't go to work, he can't go to the store. There's honking, he can't sleep. Like
no more honking. You don't know? Like they
banned it recently or whatever, right?
Yeah. No more honking.
So for a week,
so they just start
imagine
clapping.
you're dying of cancer, and suddenly there's a truck honking, 24. Like surely somebody in that city had like a new baby, a newborn baby, or was like super ill, and now that like does hearing a truck honk for 2 weeks hurt a baby's developmental growth?
It probably does. And I think blocking emergency access to stuff
well, that's
is
what
a
I
crime.
mean. How did they not arrest them right away when you're blocking like fire trucks, ambulances, medical deliveries?
Part of the problem is the police force agrees with them. So they're not like enacting the law.
Well, that's why people are talking about bringing in the military, but they're saying, oh, you shouldn't bring in the military because it's like authoritarian.
Yeah.
But I mean, what else are you going to do?
I think the problem is also like you should just arrest them, give them a fine, and like put on record, or like don't let them cross the border. Tell that the Homeland Security from U.S. was also not happy with it because they're blocking the Ambassador Bridge, right?
So as soon as they started blocking that shit, then it stopped. Then the U.S. was like, okay, this needs to stop now, and we're gonna.
Those are reasonable actions from the government. You should arrest them.
Yeah, of course.
Put them in jail. But I think what Trudeau did was like freezing the GoFundMe, like freezing the donation, freezing their bank accounts.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of too.
Well, it's like very personal.
Too much for me. Yeah. I think
it's like a personal. It's like a personal response to like a public opinion, which is weird. Like
I think they break the law, you arrest them. Yeah. They break the law, you arrest them.
Yeah.
Like follow the procedure. You don't just.
Yeah. So now when they say, well, in their like for their defense, they'll say, a protest is supposed to be uncomfortable. Otherwise, how will anybody change?
Yeah.
So
But
what do you
the
think?
thing is,
What do you think you should do? What is the ideal way to protest? Let's say the vaccine was like something you disagreed with. How do you think you should protest about it?
you protest at the parliament.
And
You
you think you should
block the
like they just
road.
stand outside or something?
You block one road in
Oh,
front of the
like just
parliament.
the government should.
Yeah. So you
Mm.
don't block hospital. You don't block like fire trucks.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
block the government's building where it inconvenience the politicians, right?
Now, in
And
one of the cases, I heard a politician said that people were protesting outside his house and that it was wrong because he lives with his family. What do you think about that?
I
Because
think
I think if
that's
you're a
fair.
politician, yeah, I think if you're a politician, that you're kind of signing up for like
Yeah. If you're
the
not,
protest.
yeah. I
Like if people
think
don't
the
like what you're
best is
doing.
still at their workplace,
Yeah.
like Parliament Hill. That's
Mm-hmm.
where you should protest, and it annoys a lot of people, sure, but it doesn't,
But it's like
impede on
not.
other people's emergency
Yeah, like there's like serious
access.
issues to their
Yeah,
life or whatever that could happen if
And
you're.
I don't think you should burn down anything.
Yeah.
I don't think you should harass anybody.
Yeah.
I think peaceful protest is very important,
Yeah.
but I think what Trudeau is doing is too
Passive.
no, too aggressive. Like I think it's too like he's not doing the right thing. He's doing
Oh,
stuff that
about the freezing the accounts and stuff. Yeah. Well, I think what they
I
did
think
with
that's
the city, like the physical stuff, was way too passive. That there's no way they should let
for
them
sure.
fucking stay there.
Yeah.
Like that's
I think
ridiculous.
you should not treat this as personal.
Yeah.
Like I disagree with them
Mm-hmm.
ideologically. Like
Mm-hmm.
I disagree with the protests,
Yeah.
but I defend their right to protest, right?
Well,
So
yeah, I
when
agree. I
they're
think you should be able to complain even if you're fucking regarded.
yeah. Yeah. I think these people are regarded for sure.
Yeah.
But I think the way to stop them isn't freezing their bank accounts, freezing these donations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the people that are cheering this on are also regarded.
Yeah.
Like when the government will inevitably change hands, like in terms of party, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to when you can't just agree when it's you can't just be happy when it's because you agree with the
Mm-hmm.
government. You
Oh,
disagree
I
with
mean, that's all it
the
takes. That's all
protest.
people want.
Yeah.
Like, they
Why
don't
are
want a
people so
democracy.
short-sighted?
They want the democracy just for my ideas.
Yeah. Dictatorship against anyone else's idea. Right?
Yeah.
Like how are people so short-sighted? Like these people
I
are
don't know.
regarded, sure. Like
Yeah.
they're protesting nothing. They're
Yeah.
protesting stuff that's irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But
Well, what do you think
you
about Florida and Texas and like how they're very, personal freedoms, no masks, no vaccines, like you just do as you
I think that's
please.
fine. I think
Yeah.
it's America. It's free, right? Free country.
Yeah.
You want to die? Like, you
But
see,
what about the people like, okay, I'm in a long-term care home. I'm
Mhm.
poor, I'm old, and now everybody around me is fighting for, no masks, no vaccines, and then I
well,
die.
that's a consequence of
So
the
like
great
is that
country, right?
okay? Like is it okay because I decided to live there? Like is it my own fault, I guess?
I think, well, I guess partly it's not your fault, but it's just a byproduct of the society, right?
Well, yeah,
You,
that's what I mean. Like, is it okay? Is it okay that some people randomly died because of this?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
Well, what are you gonna do, right?
I think it might I might be a well, it might sound very sociopathic
Yeah,
to
yeah,
say, "Oh, his life doesn't matter."
yeah,
Like in grand scheme of things, a lot of people die all the time because
yeah,
of garbage policy, right?
yeah,
But I think you chose freedom from the beginning. Well, sure. Let's say today you disagree with your politician,
yeah.
right? Then I guess the best solution is for you to move to places
Well,
where
yeah, that's the
these
issue.
things.
It becomes like
Yeah,
a poverty issue. Like if you're in the Philippines and you're a drug addict, well, you're
yeah.
just gonna get killed unless you're rich enough to leave or hide.
Yeah. I think it's unfair, but there's no solution.
Well,
There's
yeah.
no perfect solution.
Well,
Like
that's what
what
people.
people
That's
are
what I think
asking is
social justice.
dictatorship.
Yeah, that's what I think
Yeah.
people with social justice in mind are really rooting for. That everybody gets freedom.
Yeah.
So
You see,
if I want to be safe, I
no.
get
I
that
think it's the
freedom.
opposite. I think that all the social justice people are rooting for authoritarian regime, but only with their ideology in mind. Like that's what they're rooting
for. Yeah, like modern social justice. Yeah. Like Twitter social justice. Twitter social justice. Yeah, but I think like ideological. How do you say that word? Ideological.
Yeah.
That in a perfect society, if I don't agree with the vaccine, I go live here with all these people who don't. If I do agree, I go live here. If you want to do drugs, you go live there, right?
But it's hard because not everybody can move, right?
Yeah, right. Like it becomes a poverty issue.
You see, personally, I'm okay with a dictatorship government because I think people
that's a hot take.
Tyranny.
Yeah, episode 1, hot take.
Always become tyranny. You see, the only reason I agree with it because I'm a privileged class, right? Like I'm not a
privileged Taiwanese,
I guess.
Privileged Taiwanese male.
This is such a stupid take for me to say because, like, you know how China is the dictatorship, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, Taiwan isn't that free either. Honestly,
yeah,
it's a very democratic country. It's a very democratic country, but it's not a very free country. Like.
Well, yeah. The idea is, do the leaders know better than the people? Well, sometimes
that's the problem. You see, if I go outside, I have to wear a mask right now. There's a mask mandate. Like I get fined if I don't.
Yeah.
Like the other day I walk out because I haven't been outside for like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then I walked out without a mask. I was like, oh shit, everybody's wearing a mask. Okay, I run home, put on a mask because there's a law right now.
Oh, even if you're walking outside in public.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
It's a we're in like emergency stage 2 only, like not a very high priority, but basically you have to wear a mask, and when you go to any place, you have to scan a QR code and send a text message to like a number
for
so
contact
they know.
Tracing.
Yeah. So where you are when somebody's there, then they will notify you.
Yeah.
So but we don't force you to have a vaccine, but I guess some companies can do that. But you see, it's not a very free country.
But do you think the government should force people to get vaccinated?
No.
Okay. Why not?
I think people are free to choose if they want to die.
Sure, but again, what if I'm compromised and now I'm not going to be free to live because you're choosing to die?
Okay, I think government shouldn't do that, but I think hospital should do that. Like it's like a teacher. It's like school. Like you should have it.
Like let's say I have AIDS. You know, I'm Magic Johnson and I have AIDS and I'm walking around outside. Well, now I can't walk around anymore because if I get COVID, I might die, right?
You should have the vaccine then.
Yeah, but I get vaccinated. Or let's say there's some people that can't even get the vaccine because their immune system is so fucked.
Yeah.
So now
I don't think society has a.
Yeah, well, does society have an obligation to keep this person alive and protect them? Like, what's more important, right?
Yeah.
Now, is it just the numbers? Like, let's say this disease will kill, like 100 million immunocompromised. Like, let's say half the population of Earth was allergic to the only vaccine we had.
Okay.
Then should the vaccine be mandatory for the other half so that they can really protect like all these people because there's so many of them?
I think in that case, sure.
Yeah, so it depends because there's so few people that are in such a high danger. You think the freedom of the like 20% of people who hate the vaccine is more important?
Yeah. And I think I also think like the death rate is not that high, and you yourself can decrease that rate by getting vaccinated yourself. Sure. And you can choose places that force people to have vaccinated people,
okay, so
like
now
hospital.
So now with that belief in mind, do you think that unvaccinated people should be allowed to go to a hospital?
Sure.
Now what if the hospitals are like getting, overrun?
But maybe they have a separate wing for people that are unvaccinated.
Sure.
I think.
But let's say it kept getting worse. Let's say right now we're at like 20,000 hospitalizations a day or something. Should we start letting unvaccinated people die?
Yes, I think you should be lower.
Yeah, priority.
On the lower priority.
Yeah, because you're choosing.
In terms of, Yeah, because the thing is, you choose to not get vaccinated means you don't care as much,
Yeah.
and then therefore the possible success rate of your treatment will also be lower.
Yeah.
It's kind of like organ donation.
Yeah.
Like there's on the news a lot of time where people are not getting organs because they're unvaccinated or
Yeah,
they're still
of
smoking
course.
or drinking
Yeah, of
because
course.
we would rather let those organs go to people that will take care of it
Yeah.
or have higher success rate.
Yeah. And
So
I
I
think they
think it's
should.
fair.
I think that's a good
Yeah,
decision.
I think you should first make them pay for it
Well, yeah,
because
like what about a
that's
tax? What if there's a tax if you're unvaccinated to cover healthcare costs?
I think you don't just force them to tax, right? I think you
Sure.
just make them pay like as a cost. Like
Sure,
maybe
sure.
they don't go to hospital, they just choose at home, right? Then why should they pay extra, right? I think
Yeah.
that's a freedom. But
Yeah.
when you decide to use the service, but you denied it in the first place, then you have to pay. Then I think in the emergency room
Yeah.
or urgent care, I think you should be on lower priority, not because your life matters less, but because that's what you chose. Like
Yeah, sure.
I
I
think
think
it's
I
only
think I'm a
fair.
little harsher on them than you are, but I
Mhm,
agree for the most part. I don't know, it really pisses me off that people would choose to spread a disease, whether it's dangerous or not or whatever.
mhm,
Like, let's say it was
but
just a cold
yeah,
or the flu vaccine, for example. Like, people choose to not
mhm,
get the flu vaccine. And,
mhm,
some people die, some people get sick. But it's fucking annoying that some people even make that choice
yeah, yeah,
because you're just making other people sick and miserable. And I
yeah, for
understand
sure.
that, like, you want your personal freedom, but what is the downside? If
I
there
think
was a
yeah, yeah.
downside, I could see understanding it better.
Mhm,
What's the
mhm.
downside of
I,
wearing a mask? You're a little uncomfortable. What's the downside of getting a vaccine? You feel a little shitty or you're scared of like the chemicals? I mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, I don't know.
I
If
mean,
you
there's
really
still
don't
side
trust the
effects,
government,
sure.
like in the Middle East,
Mhm.
they really have a low vaccine uptake because the US like did like a fake vaccination
Yeah, yeah,
thing
yeah. I
to
mean, they
like
did experience on black people
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
the 1900s, right?
So
It's
I
like
understand like don't trust the government, of course, but like the whole world, like every government, all the scientists,
mhm.
I don't know.
I
I
think
don't know if it's okay to be so paranoid.
But I think it's their right to be stupid. It's just like
Yeah,
it's their. I
yeah,
think this is what I love about America. Like
yeah,
you can do anything you want, even like if it's horrible to your own health.
yeah,
Like life is not that sacred
yeah.
in in my opinion. Like
Hmm.
I think
No, I agree.
you.
Like if people want to do drugs in their own home and die, I think it's fine. But
I
I
think
have a big problem when people want to do drugs in public.
yeah. I
And
think the
the
only
vaccine
problem
is
I
the same
have
thing.
I think the only problem I have is when you affect others, right?
Yes,
When your choice affect others. So like
yes,
not taking the vaccine, you might transmit it to other people.
yeah.
But right
And that
now,
really
the
annoys me.
vaccine the vaccine doesn't stop people from getting COVID. It only stops them from like maybe
Well,
dying,
yeah,
right?
you get it a little bit less. You get it a little less serious. Like I mean, the vaccine
Yeah.
does prevent you from getting COVID in some cases.
Yeah, but not that much, right?
Yeah, but it's enough that it will still affect a couple other people.
Sure, sure.
And then
But I
also
think
there's
it's
the
not
idea
that
of is COVID going to mutate more when it's
for sure.
unvaccinated people? I
I
mean,
don't know. But I
right,
think there's a cutoff
maybe.
point, right? So I think it's up to like there's a cutoff point because you see, you're not gonna stop this forever,
Well, yeah,
right? You're
probably
gonna
not. Yeah, like we're
yeah,
probably going to have COVID
sh-
forever now. It's just going to be like
yeah,
another flu.
yeah, sure. It sucks that you not be able to stop it because so many regarded people that
Yeah,
doesn't stay at home, doesn't wear a mask, but
yeah,
we're past that point where it matters. I
yeah.
think it's too. I think sure when still matters, when still possible, you can
Yeah. Well, how about we look at
declare
it from a
martial law,
super
right?
long-term perspective? Wouldn't it be better to force these people to behave properly now so that the next disease doesn't get this bad?
I don't think so. I
Mm.
think
Hmm.
the only way you can do that is you declare martial law and then force a
Well,
curfew,
that's what China
right?
does, right? So what do you think
Yeah, yeah,
about
but
Chinese like vaccine responses? Like let's ignore like the housing and like all that fucking bullshit.
I think that slope is too slippery. I think they will use this as an excuse, right? It's
Yeah.
like
Well,
I don't think it's
let's say they did the same thing in the US. And let's say, obviously if they tried to do that
There
in
will
the
be
US,
riots.
yeah.
There will be riots.
So let's say that nobody rioted. Let's say people just agreed. If there's
And
COVID cases, you have to
COVID,
stay inside for 2 weeks, and that's it. Like you cannot do anything. We're shutting down the whole city. Like what's more important? People's freedom, people's health, the economy,
You see, that's the only way that it will work because people are regarded. So
yeah,
without forcing people to do it, like
yeah,
if you just hope them because they care about their neighbors, no, nobody's gonna care.
yeah. So do you think
But
that
I
taking
think
people's freedoms away is worse than the virus? I guess
I think it
basically, right?
is. I
Yeah,
think it
sure.
is.
I think that's fine. I think,
I think
yeah,
I don't think it's it's a good solution because
hmm
down the road the government will just manufacture a bioweapon against its people, right? I
yeah,
think
they
it's
could,
possible.
yeah,
Like, oh, I'm gonna declare martial law because
yeah. You
this
could make a
happened
fake virus. You
before.
could say, this virus has
Yeah,
killed
yeah.
100 people. They all
And it's not
90%
like they
death rate.
haven't
Fucking.
and it's not like US government is above that,
Oh
right?
yeah, of course. I
They
mean, the false
done
flags. If you look at the declassified
yeah.
false flags of all the countries and so they'll kill their
They
own people if they
they
feel like it.
overthrow so many governments. It's not out of the
Yeah,
realm that they would do this as an
yeah,
excuse. And I think it's a very slippery slope to do this way. Like
yeah.
China, like you protest, I drove a tank over you. Shit. Then it's like
Allegedly,
okay,
allegedly.
yeah, yeah. Well, there's pictures and videos, but sure, that guy's alive. The guy that got ran over by a tank.
Oh really?
He's just he just doesn't have legs, but he's alive. I'm not
I
kidding.
wonder
He's
if they let
actually
him.
alive.
Did they let him leave his house ever?
No, no, yeah, yeah. He I think he went on some talks.
Oh really?
He's like, because you know how he is the protester
hmm
against against the government. So
Yeah,
he is for democracy.
yeah.
So I think he did escape, and China back then wasn't so keen against people leaving the country. I
hmm
think
That's always really
there's,
weird to me when you hear about like North Korean
hmm
defectors, Chinese defect. Like, why do they give
hmm
a fuck? Like, why are they so obsessed with like trying to keep everybody as slaves? It's not even
well,
like
they want
a North Korean
yeah.
farmer is producing like some. I mean, maybe it'll like collapse the country if too many people leave. But
They want to keep the image, right? So you
yeah,
leave,
like they
say
don't want people
I'm
talking about it on the outside.
yeah, see North Korea doesn't care as much, but they want as many people as possible because they're already weak. But in
Yeah,
China, see they have billion
they have
something
enough
people. They
people.
don't really
Yeah.
care. But the thing is, if say I'm a Chinese, I leave the country and then I tell
What do you mean
people,
if
oh
you're
my god,
Chinese, man? You're from
yeah,
Taiwan, East China.
yeah, and then they tell people in their family, their friend, their circle, inside the wall. Oh my
Yeah,
god, how much greater it is outside. How much
yeah, yeah.
like
Well, that's what's
oh,
really weird about China even trying to host the Olympics, because
yeah.
now you
Well,
have all these foreign nationals. You can't threaten them.
you
I
see,
see on posts like, oh,
uh-huh.
Russian athlete says Chinese hotels are dog shit. China tells
You
her to
see
shut the
the
fuck up.
Finland or whatever country that is that hosts their hotel leaking water.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like
yeah,
raining
yeah.
inside.
And then
Yeah,
people in
yeah,
the comments are acting as if she's gonna get arrested. Like, how delusional
yeah.
are you?
No, no,
China
no.
can't
They
arrest
they
these
won't.
people. Are you
No, no, they
crazy?
won't.
So then, why
Yeah.
did China even try to host the Olympics and get all these
You
people
see,
there?
that's where you're wrong. They hosted Summer Olympics in 2008.
Yeah.
It was a massive success
Oh, so what went
because
wrong this time? Do you think? Just because of COVID,
well,
like they didn't have enough like materials and workers, or what?
well, it's a failure in your eyes, but they're not showing you. They're showing their people.
Oh,
They're
so you
showing
think that the internal propaganda
yeah,
is
yeah,
still
yeah.
good?
Oh my god, you're so yeah, yeah. It's it's a show of look how great we are.
Hmm.
Look how people are here, and they don't they
So you don't think they care
you
about
don't
other country, what other countries
no,
think
no,
of
no.
them?
Well, they do somewhat, but not a lot. I think
Hmm.
the thing is, people inside the wall, inside China, they won't see those hotel leaking water. They don't
Yeah.
have access to Twitter. They
Well,
don't have
see, that's
access
the
to
thing.
Instagrams.
I think China. I actually think that the leadership of China is wrong because I think so many younger people are so technologically literate. Like they will
Yeah,
find
but
VPNs, they will find a way, and that they will eventually have so much access to the internet. Like, you cannot keep it
but
contained
that's where
forever.
I think that's where you're wrong too.
You do think
I
they can
think
keep it contained?
I don't think they can keep it contained, but I think they can brainwash them so
You think
easily
so? Even in
because
today's like society?
yes, like see
I agree in
propaganda.
the Middle East. I agree with you. I think that they don't have enough access to like enough technology that you can brainwash these
Patriotism.
people and you can keep them cut off. But I feel like a lot of the main like cities in China, like there's so much technology there that
Yeah, but let me tell you, they brainwash these kids
mhm,
very heavily. Like patriotism, nationalism
yeah,
is ingrained inside these people. Like,
yeah,
see, I received education in Taiwan as
mm,
well, like
mhm,
very early on.
yeah,
Like, see, there's propaganda everywhere. Like,
yeah,
even in such a democratic free country, like
mhm,
I still see, China is ours, Mongolia is ours, right? Like,
mhm,
those are old ones, but newer ones is obviously just Taiwan, right?
yeah,
But you see, it's always like we learn history of like Chinese history, right?
mhm,
And there's so much propaganda everywhere. Like,
yeah.
sure, internet tells you a lot of things, like, but you don't know what to search.
Well, yeah, even most people won't even be able to find the right stuff on the internet.
Yeah,
Like if my
like
mother
if
is
you
trying to look
never,
and learn about China, you know, she might get
Mhm.
just some propaganda and she won't be able to tell, is this true? Is
Yeah,
this
yeah,
propaganda? Is it real? Like, I mean,
your teacher tell you that's false,
yeah,
and say, oh, uh, June 4th, Tiananmen Square never happened.
yeah,
Your teachers tell you never happened. No,
yeah, yeah,
who are you gonna believe? Your parents? Your teacher? Sure, right?
yeah.
Like I think the propaganda is so heavy that like it actually works, and like all the people I met outside of China, like in
Hmm.
Canada, that's like Chinese national, they all think Taiwan belongs to China,
Mm.
and that
Like
can
they
only
really
result
believe
from
it.
propaganda.
Yeah, even though
Yeah,
they're
they
free
do
from
believe it,
China, they still believe it.
and they're fighting for it. Like
Hmm. Which is so weird to me.
and
Why don't you think that when people get the freedom, like, do they not recognize that they
You
were
see,
trapped, I
they don't
guess?
get the freedom. You see, they don't get the freedom. This is the best strategy that China has.
Mm.
Your family is in China,
Oh, so
so
they'll
they
punish your
threaten your
family instead
family.
of you.
There was a girl in Australia
Hmm.
that has a Twitter account that tweet basically anti-China stuff.
Mm.
The police had the father go to the police station and call her from China
Mm.
and threatening her, ask when her visa is
Yeah.
expired.
Well, if China ever sees this podcast, you know, I think they might invade Taiwan a bit sooner and come find you.
Well,
Yeah.
you see, that's not the problem, right? Well, we can change the topic from the Canadian trucker to Russia invading Ukraine
Oh yeah,
tomorrow,
yeah, yeah. Isn't that
right?
happening
It's
soon? We might have to have
apparently,
we might have to have an emergency second podcast.
well, we can talk about it now. Right now, it's
Yeah, yeah,
the estimated date is February 16, which is
yeah.
today for me, tomorrow
Oh
for
yeah,
you.
yeah. Which February? So, do you know what like Russian time? What time is it in Russia right now?
I think, well, it's definitely not 16 yet. It's
Oh,
15
okay.
there for sure. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 16 there.
Yeah,
So, but so There do they have, like, 130,000 soldiers on the
yeah.
border
I heard
with,
the
like
Ukrainian. Some of the Ukrainian people are really pissed off. Like the Ukrainian generals is like, we're gonna fucking spread their Russian blood all over the soil. You know, like they're like very angry. So
yeah,
we'll see
but
what happens.
the people who are that gonna die are gonna be Ukrainian.
Yeah.
Like, it's kinda like,
Well, we'll see,
well
right? Because like if they take over Ukraine, if it turns into a conflict with a lot of resistance,
mhm.
well, then if you kill everybody in the country, why'd you even take the country? Like, it's not worth anything
Yo,
anymore, right?
it is. No, that's where you're
Well, I mean, like,
wrong.
is Ukraine like filled with like
You don't
natural
know the famous
resources or like?
you this is where you're not
Sure,
familiar
sure, yeah,
with
yeah, go ahead.
Chinese. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
you see, there's a famous saying in China where they wanna take over. Oh, everybody is saying, "Oh, invading Taiwan is
well, yeah, it's
hard,
like a
right?
waste
Because
of
it's
time.
islands, a
Yeah, yeah,
fortress, right?
yeah,
You have to." But there's a famous saying in China. It
yeah.
says, "Keep the island, kill everybody on top." Like, just keep the island,
But why?
right? Just
Like, I don't
bomb
understand
everything.
why they would want to.
Well, you see, that's all they care. They care. Well, the old school
Hmm.
Chinese are thinks you can have Taiwan as a country, but not on our land. This is our land. You can make Taiwan middle of the Pacific. Nobody cares.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? But this island is China.
So you think Russia feels the same way? Like Ukraine is our, Soviet fucking colony.
No. I think Russia is just pissed off that Ukraine is not pro-Russia.
Yeah.
Like Belarus, you don't see China invading Belarus. Belarus is right next to them, right? It's like because Belarus is basically very pro-Russia.
Yeah.
Like it's whatever Putin says, he does.
But do you think these countries will benefit? Okay, so let's imagine there's two versions of Russia. Let's imagine that the war doesn't even happen, like there's no sanctions or whatever.
Yeah.
So in one version, Russia's the way it is today, and in the other version, it's Russia and Ukraine gets absorbed into Russia. Does that affect Russia in any meaningful way now that they own Ukraine? Does it even matter?
I think so.
Like, what do they care about? Like, what, extra tax money, extra fucking, like, resource, like...
It shows their people that he is a very capable leader. It's all about...
So again,
like,
you think it's... You think it's
time.
internal. Again, it's, like, mostly about internal propaganda.
Yeah, that's... You see, whenever China fucks up something, they always just... easiest way to unite your people is have an enemy.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's why when I'm playing League of Legends, some Chinese people will tell me that the virus is created in America.
Yeah. When that's what the government tells them.
Yeah.
They first tell them, oh, it's from Italy and it's from America and it's from Africa.
Yeah.
You know how they force quarantine all black people? Like
now,
only black people.
So I think your reasoning with China and similar to the Middle East, I think that makes a lot of sense. But what about Russia? Because in Russia they have a lot more like internet freedom. Maybe not like to a pure extent, but like
Yeah. But I think Russian people are very pro-Russia. Like,
oh yeah, of course. But won't they see that everybody is unhappy with these decisions? Or again, is it just like the government says, well, we have a right to Ukraine. It doesn't matter if everybody's upset.
I think their common enemy is NATO, right?
Because I think these ideas really work for people that are like 40 and older. But for these younger generations, I feel like younger generations, even in Russia, even in China, I think they are less, comfortable with the way these countries are being run.
Yes, I think media influence is a big one, right? Like,
yeah.
They see like all these movies and
yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Like, there's so much information out there, even in a very restricted country, that like who's going to be happy with your government making every decision for you?
I understand that. I think these people are very easily convinced. Like,
yeah,
you see,
yeah, they might just believe like, hey, we don't know anything. The government is good. Mao Zedong was chosen by God.
Well, the thing is, these people don't care about politics. It's not like because they never had.
Yeah.
So they never had the access to like voting rights.
Well, yeah, like politics is not even an idea. It's like, oh well, here's a leader.
They just want to make a living, right?
Yeah.
See, they can make a very decent living. Like, say you're a programmer. And then you earn 100K a year.
Yeah.
And your life is the same here as in the US. Doesn't matter if they do anything.
Yeah.
So well, then what's the point of?
Well, yeah, especially if you don't think about it, in a lot of cases you're not even affected.
Yeah. So I think that's a majority mentality.
Yeah.
Like,
well, who gives a fuck, right? Like they're too concerned with their own life that they don't give a fuck about like the greater good or whatever.
Yeah. And when people start getting smart, the government will start shutting down people.
Which is why they always try to like miseducate and restrict education. Education is like more important than anything. I think education is the most important thing ever.
Yeah.
Because if you learn about history, if you learn about like modern times in history, you'll have such a good perspective that you will never like fall prey to like 90% of propagandas. And
I think I don't know. I feel like people are still very easily influenced if you're young. Like even
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
US,
you have to be
right?
quite educated.
Yeah,
But if you're
yeah.
like, let's say you major in like geopolitics or like history, I feel like you'll see so much propaganda. You'll see so many propaganda examples that
Hmm.
at least you'll be suspicious,
But
probably. But I
on
mean,
something I agree, it's not propaganda, right? It's
yeah,
well, I
it's
look
just the
at
truth.
Twitter, everybody. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
propaganda is very effective. I read Twitter every day, and I see people like Jess.
Yeah. Hey, you can't reference. Nobody knows. The audience doesn't know who Jess is. Come on, man.
Exactly.
No
She
inside
is a
jokes.
friend,
A friend.
my friend's girlfriend.
Oh, okay. And
That's
then
very
what does
like
Jess
highly
do?
regarded.
Yeah, what does Jess do that you think is
She
questionable?
tweets a lot.
Oh,
She retweets a
what
lot,
does she tweet about?
regarded stuff. And
What do you
okay,
think about the? I mean, it's like old news, but related to the trucker stuff, like the BLM protests and like the different riots and stuff, like
I think
because they're
I'm
like very destructive. Like regardless of what you think.
indifferent.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm a
Because I
very
think their issues are
empathetic
very
person.
serious in a lot of cases. I mean, you look back into
Mm.
like the Rodney King stuff and like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's
I
police
think
beating black people to death on the street. Like, I mean, holy
yeah, yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
Like, it's a
Yeah,
big
yeah, yeah.
problem. But
They're
like,
shooting them. They don't just beat them. They just kill them.
well, yeah. Well, I think the Rodney King one was like a video of them beating him to death or
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah,
like that,
yeah.
right?
The open casket was pretty, yeah,
Yeah. So then
pretty
it's
bad.
like, okay, like obviously this is fucking. I mean, it's like as bad as anything. Like at Tiananmen Square, you're killing a bunch of people all at once, but like police brutality, killing people spread out over time. Like, I mean, it's just as bad. So,
I think it
what
is
should you
bad.
do? What should you do about it?
Well, you protest, right?
Well,
And
yeah, right. But like, are you supposed to still be non-violent? Like, do you take the Gandhi approach forever? But then is the
well,
government going to do anything if you're not violent? Like, it's not right to be violent, but the
uh-huh,
situation isn't correct either. So,
uh-huh.
what other option do you have? Or is
Well,
there just no solution?
well, you can't vote, right?
Well, yeah, in
But
America. Okay, so let's say China instead. What
okay,
should Chinese citizens do if there was,
we try to move.
just leave?
That's
Yeah.
what.
Well, I guess that's why you have like
That's.
revolutions or like civil wars and shit like that.
You cannot leave. Then sure, you fight.
Yeah.
But
Well, because my father left Iran when he was 18. He didn't speak English. He didn't have, like his family had money, but like he didn't have any money personally.
see,
And he
this is
moved
what
to
China does
Canada.
the best.
Pardon
You
me?
see, this China does best.
Yeah.
See, when you can leave, when you're rich, you leave, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what Canadian house prices are so fucking
Yeah.
high.
Chinese
But
investment and all
when
that.
you
Yeah.
cannot leave, you fight, right?
Yeah.
But you only fight when it's your last option, your final option.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they treat you good enough that you don't fight back, but
Yeah. Well, that's what my
oppressed
father tells me.
enough.
Like, he moved to Canada when he
Yeah.
was 18, and if he didn't move away from the revolution and all of that, well, he would have
Mhm.
died in the war. Like, there's
Yeah,
only
yeah,
two
yeah.
options.
But in
So,
China, you don't die. Well, they you see, the government won't fuck you up
yeah. Well, they don't
unless
let a
you're
war
against the
start.
government.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah,
let a
yeah, yeah.
war start
But
to begin with.
that's why so many Chinese citizens are okay with the current government because
Yeah.
they're I go to work just like a U.S. citizen. I make
Yeah.
the same money. I buy the same stuff,
Well,
right?
yeah, it's like
The
it's a
government doesn't.
personal view on the world.
Mhm,
As long as I'm
mhm.
okay, then things aren't that bad.
Yeah, yeah, but when you start getting more successful, you have kids,
Yeah.
you start thinking
Well, you
about
think
their
about their
future.
lives, and yeah,
Yeah,
it's
then
it's
you
only when
try
you
to
care about
move.
other people that you get it. I mean, it's
Mhm.
like, well, during World War II, how many Germans were really, convinced of the Nazi regime, and then how many of them were like, well, I don't want to get put in a camp, so
Yeah,
I guess I'll join them.
yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
it's like,
And it's also not always a bad thing, right? I think it's
mm,
like my parents think, oh, maybe China's gonna attack, right?
yeah,
So they also moved like to get us a passport, a
yeah,
Canadian passport. So now, if they do decide to attack, I can run,
yeah.
right? So I think it's a
You can grab onto the planes like the Afghans did.
Mhm.
Dude,
Yeah,
did
oh
you
my
see the
god,
videos of that
it's
shit?
yeah, he
Oh my
fell. He
god.
fell. it's kind of insane.
That's crazy.
How did Afghanistan just fall in 1 day?
Yeah, dude, the people's opinions of that, like, okay, I understand maybe the US shouldn't be there, maybe the US has a history of like destabilizing many regions, sure. But people's opinion, like, oh, we should leave, you know, oh, sorry, my garage. We'll just ignore this part.
This is episode 1.
Yeah, episode 1 we'll leave the garage audio in the fucking...
Yeah.
But they're like saying like, oh, we should leave. And then when they leave, the country falls into like complete disrepair, gets totally taken over by the Taliban. And now people are like,
still.
Yeah, well, it's like, well, what was the right decision? You know, should they protect them? Should they not? Like, I don't know. In my opinion, I think it would be better to stay. And yeah, it's not like the US is right to stay there or whatever, but I would rather the US fuck the country up in that way than the Taliban fuck the country up in this way. Like, it seems pretty terrible. Like, I mean, if I live there right now, you have like 20 years where you get to live like a normal life, and then suddenly you're like...
Yeah, especially if you're a woman.
Oh, yeah.
You're basically fucked.
Yeah, like your whole life is over.
Video the other day.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you think women can be a judge? No, because women are inferior. What? Like that the Taliban basically just yeah. And is it okay to beat your wife? The Taliban think so.
Yeah.
Unless
how do people look at the US's involvement in that and think that it's better that they left? Like, it's better for the soldiers, but at the same time, like, how many million, like, whose life is more important? Like, some United States people are suffering, but millions of Afghans are living better lives. But now, you know, US people aren't suffering as much, but more Afghanistani people are suffering.
Okay, both ways.
Well, yeah, like, what's better? What's the right option here? Like, I don't know.
I don't think there's a good option. I think it's just you should put it to a vote. Put it
but who votes on it, right? Like, the United States gets to decide, and that's that, I guess.
I think U.S. citizens should put a referendum.
I think that if they had everybody watch like hours of videos of people talking about it from inside the country, I wonder what their opinion would be. Like, I wonder if, because we should try to get Jeremis here, because Jeremis spent a lot of time in Afghanistan while he was in the army.
He's a veteran?
Yeah. Okay. He was in the army, and I mean, he like, you know, like was like a part of it. Like, I mean, he knows, like, he was in combat and stuff.
I don't think that matters, though. I think.
Well, I'm just curious because he like would spend time with the citizens and like have to like live with them in the house or whatever at times.
Yeah.
And I wonder what they thought. Like, did they think that the Americans were making the country better or worse, or like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's kind of like Brexit. Right?
Yeah.
Just let people vote.
Yeah.
And make them face their own consequences. But instead, this time, consequences is gonna be on somebody else.
Well, yeah, like right now, I'm wondering what percentage of Afghans actually wish that the U.S. didn't leave, and if most of them said, like, just hypothetically, if most of them wanted them to stay, and then you show that to like American citizens, would the Americans feel bad and be like, well, then I guess it's not so bad?
I don't think so.
Right.
I think that it costs trillions to our military.
Well, yeah, like, this money, that money, American lives, Afghan lives, you know what matters.
Yeah.
What matters to people.
People always put their country first.
Yeah, which I think is wrong. I don't even think countries should like necessarily even exist. Like, I understand that to have like areas where people have like different beliefs, and then you can go live with people who see things similarly to you, sure. But like, why is there like this, you know, like a border between
nationalism?
Yeah. Like, if I want to go from Toronto to New York, is there such a big difference? No. But it's like,
that's where you're very different from most of the world.
Oh yeah, most people really like their country. Like, you know, they look at their country and the history of like the country and all that.
The proud.
Yeah, which is silly because you go back, you know, 500 years, well, the country was totally different. You go back 500 more years, the country was totally different. Like, why do you care?
You see, I understand. Like, well, I'm not proud of my country, but like, but I'm okay with.
Yeah, like, I think Canada's good. I'm glad I live here. I think it's been handled pretty well. Cool. But like, that's the end of it. Like, why would I care about anything else?
Yeah, but I will think that Canada should put its people first. I will think that because
I think that you should
proud
always
to be a Canadian, but I think I'm staying here, I'm paying the tax, I'm paying the government.
Yeah.
They should care about me first.
Yeah. Like when they gave so many vaccine doses to other people, and then maybe let's say, I don't know if it actually happened, but like let's say our doses got delayed because we ran out. Well, I think that's wrong, because I think that we're supporting the country monetarily with like the GDP and all of that. So in that sense, yeah, it's a little weird. But at the same time, like if we can donate some food to poor countries and save like 1 million lives.
Helping,
well, yeah, right. It's like, how do you balance it? Like, at what point is charity more important than? Because we have homeless people, right? So we have some homeless people. Should we spend zero money on any other country because we still have some homeless people? Like, I don't know. Maybe.
But I think Canada is overboard with.
Yeah, you
charity.
think that they give too much when we have too much suffering. I mean, it's a very gray, it's like a gray, like, you know, there's no like good rule. But like obviously you want there to be very minimal suffering within your own country, and then afterwards you can help people as much as possible.
But they also peddle the thing, right? Like with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
You have to take care of the world. If somebody's not like if somebody's suffering under dictatorship, you should help them because you're a democratic country.
Yeah.
Like I understand, like living in Taiwan, when we constantly under threat, right? And then our only ally, I guess, is the US and Japan, right? Like if they fight us, we're gonna lose unless the US steps in.
Yeah.
I understand, right? But you see, this only happens because we provide value to the US.
Yeah, Taiwan Semiconductors, baby. AMD, we need that shit.
TSMC and also the island chain, like in the geographical advantage.
Yeah.
It's only provide this value.
We want to turn Taiwan into a giant US military base.
You see, Hong Kong, nobody steps in.
Yes.
It's a little different situation, but nobody steps in.
Yeah, nobody cares.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's what people care. People go on the street.
Well, nobody cares enough. Let's
NBA
say.
games. Yeah. They don't care enough because there's not enough value.
Yeah.
It sucks. But one day Taiwan will not be providing enough
value. Why do you think China
semiconductors?
Why do you think China took Hong Kong? Again, you think that it like helps with propaganda within their country?
Yes, and the Xi Jinping, he wants to be on the history books. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's gonna remember who Deng Xiaoping is.
Yeah, so do you think it comes down to like, oh, Putin, you know, he's laying in bed right now and he thinks, man, I hope tomorrow goes good so that people think I'm cool.
I think
you think he's just a guy?
If he takes down Ukraine, he'll be
he'll feel like a Chad, right? He'll feel like a Sigma male.
Yeah. Stalin, Lenin, like he's gonna be one of those, right?
Yeah, so he wants to be on the list.
I think so.
So it just comes down to some like, you know, self-centered people, and then that's it.
And
like if Xi woke up, like let's say Xi had some kids and he really loved his family, and then they're like, Dad, you gotta stop all this shit, like leave Taiwan alone.
He has a daughter that goes to US school.
Oh yeah. So if they had a really close relationship, you know, maybe she'd be able to convince him to like totally change China completely. Like
I doubt it.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like it's just like one person having a corrupt view, if they have that much control anyway. Or do you think it's the people around them? Like
no. I think it's impossible. It's like Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
To get where they are all. I won't call them monsters, but
sure. I mean, if you're that self-centered, like aren't you a piece of shit? Yeah.
They're all sociopaths. They you don't get there by having feelings.
Yeah.
Being that or caring about others or being able to change. That you only get there by being useless.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't think even family member can change. Change their idea. Like I'm pretty similar. I'm not a sociopath, but I'm not very easily compromised. So this is why, like, you see, this is why I hate being in a relationship, right? Because it's all about compromise.
You got
Like,
incels. So wait, what do you say? Authoritarian
no,
is
well, I'm not
good.
incel. No. You see, incel is involuntary, right? I'm
So
not.
you're just
I've
a
been a
you're just a cell.
well, I'm not a cell, but you see, well, it's not like that. It's what
Yeah, yeah,
if you want to listen to me to explain,
yeah, yeah.
sure. It's
Okay, go
like
ahead.
I'm not celibate.
Sure.
It's just I don't want to be in relationship.
Yeah. So
Like
why?
it's just you have to make a lot of compromises,
Oh,
and
okay. So why don't you find
it's
somebody who agrees with you then?
it's hard. It's
Oh,
actually like
because you
see,
admit that now. Does that mean you have bad opinions, or everybody else is stupid?
I think both, right? I'm very opinionated person, and
Yeah,
I'm a degenerate too.
yeah, yeah.
So I think sure,
Oh
my
yeah.
ideas
Speaking of
are
being a degenerate, you got to talk about the anime convention. How many hours did you wait in line? What did you get?
oh my god, dude. This is gonna make me sound so stupid. Fuck.
Go ahead, man.
Okay, so this anime convention
Yeah.
is the first one. Well, first big one
Yeah.
after COVID restriction.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. So we only had COVID restrictions since last year, so it's
Yeah.
not too. It's
Oh, yeah, because you guys
2021
had like no
May.
cases during
Yeah, yeah,
2020 or
yeah,
whatever.
yes.
Yeah.
We didn't even have to wear masks till
Yeah, yeah.
last year. So this is like the first one in like months.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a big deal. So I thought, okay, I will get the express pass,
Yeah.
right? So I don't have to,
Yeah,
wait in
yeah.
line for
Disney
a
Fast
long time.
Pass. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So just to give you idea how much it costs, a normal pass costs around $7 US.
Yeah. Okay.
It gives you 2-day pass,
Sure.
Saturday and Monday. Express pass costs you around $25.
So four times the
And
price.
yeah,
400%
yeah.
charge.
And it's only uh, well, it gives you a t-shirt.
Oh, okay.
So okay.
At least you
And
get something.
it's only one day. So
Oh,
you get
okay.
to pick Saturday or Sunday.
So
But
800% the cost. But you get a shirt. Now, how was the
yeah,
shirt? Is
yeah.
the shirt nice or just garbage?
It's pretty nice. It's pretty I
Okay.
can show you. I have two
Sure, sure.
shirts.
Yeah, yeah.
I bought it expressive before.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this makes me sound like a super weeb. Okay. But so the express pass, you still have to line up with other people that has the express pass. But
Mm-hmm.
the express pass doesn't like limit the entrance speed. So when it opens both entrance, the express entrance and the normal entrance, right?
Yeah.
But for a normal entrance, you have to line up there at like 5 or 6 a.m. in the
Mm-hmm.
morning. It opens at 10. And I went there at 9 on the express line.
Yeah.
And there's 1,000 booth in this convention.
Yeah.
And when it hits capacity, it stops the normal line.
Mm.
And the express line, you can keep going. And
Okay.
then until yeah. So it's kind of it works like that.
Sure.
So even though you have to line up in the express line,
Yeah.
you still it's not that big a deal. So I lined up at 9. I get in at 10 because they open at 10.
Yeah.
I live really close, so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
went early.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went at 10, and then there's a booth I really like. It's called OZ or whatever.
Sure.
He's one of the guy that always goes there
Okay.
that sells stuff.
And
I really
what does
like.
he make?
He makes posters
Hmm.
and
For all different shows? Do they have to like pay for the rights to make like fan stuff or what?
no, it's
Hmm.
kind of like gray
Unregulated.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called uh, well, it's Japanese,
Sure.
but basically people are making it like fan art,
Yeah.
and you're just selling fan art.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a gray area. So like sometimes on the when it's on the internet,
Yeah.
sometimes they limit you. Like you can make like porn or of my
Sure.
character.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise it's free advertisement. Usually they're okay with it.
Yeah.
So this guy draws original stuff. He doesn't draw like
Oh, he makes his own characters
anime.
and stuff?
Yeah. That's what he does, and he draws like so. This year is the year of tiger,
Yeah.
Chinese year. So he draws a tiger character, and he does a character every year for different animal.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been collecting his stuff, right? See, last year I had the glass, and the poster. This year he only had a poster. I
Mm.
didn't know. He usually posts what he's gonna sell.
Yeah.
So I go in, the booth is not open. There's a sign open at 11:30.
Yeah.
Because car accident.
Oh shit.
Okay. But there's already a line lining up for his booth. So the
Oh, so
question
you
is,
started waiting in the line already.
do I line up here right now?
Oh,
Or do I
see.
go around and then like look around first?
Yeah. Okay, so you chose to
And I was
line
like,
up.
Yeah, I was like,
Okay, so you lined up. So you got in at 10.
yeah.
Okay.
And I lined up again.
And what place
I
do you
lined
think
up
you
for
were
an
in
hour
line?
outside at 9.
Okay, so you line up at 9. Yeah. And you get in at 10. Then you line up for this booth.
Again.
Yeah, that's not opening until 11:30.
Yeah, and then they got here at around 11:15.
Okay.
And then they were like, "Oh, we had 2 cars, and the merch is in the other car."
Oh fuck.
But so it'll be another hour.
Oh shit.
But we will give you the bag first. So it's kind of like a number, right? So you get the bag, you can go around first, right? And then come back later in an hour.
Yeah.
If you have the bag, you can get the stuff first because you were in the line. It's kind of like a number, but it's not a number, so they fucking lied.
Oh,
So
like you couldn't tell them apart?
No.
Oh fuck.
And then they had so many bags, so it's
so now you're in a
pointless.
huge bag line again.
Well, I grabbed the bag.
Yeah.
It was around 11:20.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll come back later because I can't get in line anymore, right? So I went around buy my stuff around 12:20 or so. Like, okay, they say 12:30, right? It's an hour. It should be here, and there's already a line again.
Yeah.
Fuck. So I get in the line. I already bought other stuff, other scrolls. Okay. I get in line, and then it's another hour of waiting.
Oh, they didn't even show up at 12:30?
Well, they showed up around 1, and they started selling, but I was like in the middle of the line.
Yeah.
So I have to wait a half hour in the line once the stuff gets here. So I basically just waited like 4 hours for nothing.
And then did you get something good?
It's not even that good. It's just a poster. Usually they have a unique product, like a figure or a glass.
So they didn't have any. Why didn't they have that? Destroyed, or they didn't bring it, or
they didn't. No, it's just not in their lineup this year. It's just not this year. Well, this one.
Yeah.
It just sucks because I waited so long for the stuff cost me like $12 US. I spent like,
it would have been better if they should charge everybody $50 for it because you waited in line for 4 hours.
At least I feel like, oh my god, yeah. It was like they're like, oh, it's 250 NT. Okay, I waited this long for $12. $12 worth of stuff. Well, they have a big, very big poster, but I don't want a very big poster.
Yeah,
it's like
you feel obligated. You're obligated to buy it since you waited so long.
Yeah, but I was like, it's kind of too expensive, and I don't really want it. Like, I would have bought it if it's not that expensive, but it's like, okay, I bought some other stuff. I mainly bought scrolls, it's like wall scrolls. I showed you the Demon Slayer one last time.
Yeah,
and
I mean, I think they look pretty cool. Like, I mean, obviously that's like nerd shit, but like, I like it. I also like animations, but even if I didn't like anime, the scrolls, like the drawing and like the art is like very aesthetically pleasing. I mean, it's well done.
Yeah, I think it's worth having something to look at. Like,
I think decorations
I would rather
nice.
have merch than spend money on some streamers. Right? I would not donate to Tyler One. I would rather.
Come on, man! Don't you want to write your joke in TTS?
Yeah.
Hey, Tyler, you are a bald fucking loser.
Yeah. But I feel like if I look at something, at least I feel like kind of happy about it. Right? It's like, oh, it's.
Well, see, I think people who donate to TTS, if they write a good joke and the streamer laughs, that they feel good.
I don't feel good. I lose money.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what those people. That's how they feel. They feel good that they made a funny joke or something.
I guess okay. This makes me want to talk about something.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's a incident. Well, I follow
June 4th
VTubers,
incident
right?
or a different one?
Hmm?
June
No,
4th
no, no,
incident?
no, no, no. A very different one. A very
Okay.
different one.
Yeah.
But it's very hilarious in my opinion.
Yeah.
So you know how I follow VTubers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So recently there's an incident regarding one of the Hololive
Mm.
talents,
Mhm.
let's say. Let's call her R.
Okay.
She's basically one of
R stands for regarded.
regarded. Okay, this girl is very regarded.
Yeah, yeah.
She's #1 super chat. Super chat is YouTube version of
it's
donation.
YouTube donation. Yeah, they make like what, like 800K a month or something. It's very high.
Well,
Like
then,
the top
no,
people.
Well, it wasn't that high. It wasn't that high.
Oh, really? Maybe I saw like 800K a year.
She made 1.7 mil a year last year.
Okay.
She was #1.
So like 150K a month.
Yeah. And YouTube takes 30%.
Yeah.
Her company takes another 50.
Yeah.
After the 30, so she takes like 35.
Yeah.
Before tax.
Still not bad.
But she also sells membership. Merch.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they get a lot of money from sponsorships and shit as well.
So she probably make at least a mil a year.
Oh, more than that, I think. But yes.
Yeah, but like around.
I mean, you see the
200K.
leaks, you see the Twitch leaks for their revenue, and then you realize that their sponsors pay them like $10,000 to play League of Legends for 3 hours. It's like,
yeah, but the thing is, they're a Japanese company, and the company takes a lot of money.
Yeah.
Where you see those North American streamers, they're their own, like.
Yeah, they get direct.
Owner.
They get a like they don't have like an agent.
Yeah, and Twitch doesn't really take a cut from like Streamlabs.
The Japanese culture, they'll have like a lot more like basically agencies that are controlling all of them.
And also YouTube takes 30%. Twitch doesn't. Like nobody use Twitch bits. People use like PayPal. PayPal takes like 3%. So it's a big difference.
Yeah.
So she probably makes a mil, maybe more, probably more.
Yeah.
But okay.
Anyway,
So her style, but like you know how they call themselves idols, right? They're like
they're virtual idols. Yeah.
Her style is to sell the girlfriend experience. Like you know how the Pokemon used to do, like I read your donation.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, it's like the streamers. I'll put your name on the wall. I'll write your name on the board. I'll put your thing on the tree, the Christmas tree. You know, whatever.
Yes. That's her style.
Yeah.
It's girlfriend experience.
Yeah.
It's the best way to make money, right? It's you sell to incels.
You know, you appeal to your audience.
Regarded people.
Yeah. Appeal to your audience.
Yeah. Lonely man.
Yeah.
Lonely incel.
Yeah.
Regarded.
Hey man, they might be cells like you. It's fine.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure these two are. And I'm not even cell. Like, see, you see, right? Okay, that's not the topic. I'm not. But I just want to clarify. Okay.
Yeah.
It's only been since I moved back, and I haven't done anything really.
Yeah.
But these people are insane.
Yeah.
Mentally not well.
Okay.
Mentally regarded.
Yeah.
Let's say I would put it as this, right?
Sure.
Okay. So since that's her main selling point, what's the biggest taboo? Her having a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
That kills the illusion, right? Okay. So one day she is streaming GTA 5.
Oh, fuck.
She gets a Discord message from a guy that says, I'm done streaming, I'm coming home.
Oh no.
Oh,
wait, she showed it on stream?
Yeah, it accidentally showed on stream. Okay. That sounded it's already bad, right? Okay. The guy is even more famous than her. He's a singer.
He's my god.
Cover singer, cover artist.
Wait, so my favorite VTuber is using her fame to sleep with famous singers?
No. Well, you see, this is not the end of the story.
Okay.
This guy is hilarious too because he sells the boyfriend experience.
Oh no.
Oh my god. So all his fans are
both of
female incels.
Oh.
And female incels are even more crazy than male incels. It's actually insane. I didn't even know. So, and to the extent that their girlfriend boyfriend experience style, you see this girl she not only pretends to be a girlfriend on stream, she also sells like the merch. She sells engagement rings. She sells like personalized notes.
Yeah.
The guy also sells engagement rings, so it's basically the same style, exact same style. And so this, the two, how do I put it? Well, the two fan bases of Incel, obviously
maybe they can love each other.
Exactly. See, their standards are too high. They're not gonna love each other.
Yeah. That's right. They need 10 out of 10 only.
Yeah. See, the girl is very pretty. The guy is very pretty too.
Sure. What are their names?
The girl is called Rushia. Well, she doesn't show her what. You see, people know her real face too, and she's a very pretty girl too.
Yeah.
And the guy.
Rushia betrayed you.
Oh, you see? You see.
Wait, and what's the guy's name?
And Mafumafu, Mafu, and twice. You see?
Oh yeah. Oh, he's a little femboy.
Oh yeah. Well, he doesn't really go by virtual picture. He has a real face too.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to type VTuber and you can see his face.
This guy?
Yeah.
This is like
so
major edited.
You don't have to, you can just move the VTuber and then you probably see his face.
Yeah.
So you can see he's a good looking guy too.
Yeah, he's cute.
Yeah. Okay, so that's why he has the fan base too.
Yeah.
He's a really good singer too, actually. I actually listen to his music too.
Yeah.
He's a cover artist. It's kind of like, you know how there's a lot of Japanese cover artists.
Yeah, Utate or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So the guy instantly denied it, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, the girl is like going suicidal because you see, her fan is gonna harass her.
Yeah. Well, of course.
And the guy's fan is also gonna harass
her.
Yeah. It's not gonna.
Yeah.
It's kind of insane, but the thing is, she cultivated this kind of fan, right? Like.
Well, yeah, you gotta be, like this is what you are creating. You have to be ready for the downside if you mess up.
Yeah. And obviously the reaction are too much. Like people telling her to kill herself or whatever. I think these are too much. It's overreaction.
Well,
but
it's stupid of them to even have a reaction because the reality, do you really think they're gonna stay single and like what? Date just you personally, date nobody forever, and just like Like what are you even expecting?
He has 3 million subs. She has like 2 million subs. There's no way you have a remote chance.
Yeah, of course.
Of getting it together. Yeah, but these people are mentally regarded.
Yeah, and so even if you had a chance, why would it be you out of all these millions of people?
Exactly. But these people have.
Now, I wonder if the people who tell her to kill herself, let's say she picked them, would they be mad?
No, I think.
Exactly. So they're just, again, it's like it goes back to the same self-centered, it's just self-centered thinking.
Unicorns, because
I'm the main character.
Her to stay pure.
Yeah.
Right? So it's an insane idea, right? Like, but
these people probably talk like they never talk about ever having a boyfriend in the past or a girlfriend or like never having sex. It's like it's not even a topic that comes up, right? Like.
Yeah. But it's like the epitome of parasocial. Person. I mean, he's like, you're selling me the girlfriend experience, and I'm buying it, right? And I'm buying the engagement ring along with a million other people with the same engagement ring.
Yeah,
right. Okay, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
but the thing is, I'm not. Well, nobody's surprised that people are going crazy over this because you're selling.
It's expected. You know these types of people. Like you're selling to fanatics.
Yeah, these people are deep pockets, right? They're not gonna spend dinner dates on their girlfriend. They have no girlfriends. They don't have boyfriends.
Yeah,
they're gonna spend on you, right? So okay, sure. But it's kind of insane how. But I think one thing I learned is how crazy these female incels are.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, like they're way crazier than like the guy one. Mostly moved on. Like they usually just. Time to meet my next queen. Yeah,
they move. Yeah, they find
like
a new
Pokemon
girl.
has a boyfriend. Next one.
Yeah.
Like Pokemon V2, right?
Yeah.
They just move on because I
think the issue is that the females don't have many options. There's not many male
but the
idols.
amount is also less. There's way less female incels.
Yeah.
Like in comparison to male, right? Like
they got to be more dedicated, man, so they can stand out.
Yeah. And they always harass the opposite. Like, you see, the male always harass the female.
Yeah.
But the female also harass the female. It's kind of Isn't that kind of
insane? It's her fault. Like, it's her fault for fucking him, and it's her fault for fucking him.
Yeah. What? How does that?
She stole him from me, and she cheated on me.
Yeah, and I feel bad because.
Of course. Like, I mean, she does. Like, she's not prepared to deal with all that, even though she should be. You know, it's very sad for her to
incel baiting, right?
Yeah.
So she should be mentally prepared.
Yeah.
Like, I think if a popular girl spends a year as an average guy, they probably kill themselves because how sad that they will feel. Like I'm just saying, like,
it's true. I mean, it's true.
Like,
their lives are very different. If you're a popular girl or a guy for that matter, it's harder to be that kind of popular guy, but it's possible. But if you're a popular person, you want to play a game, you can find somebody high elo to carry you. You want to go to dinner, you can find somebody a high wealth to carry you. You want to work out, you can find somebody high fitness to carry you. But then if you're just a regular person,
I saw the other tweet. 1 second. Let me.
You're good.
It was, I think, from Destiny.
Yeah.
And he quote tweeted a girl. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was about they also missed it happened right before Valentine. It was like February 10 or
That's
something.
That's their biggest sale day of the year.
It's the biggest fucking
their biggest event.
Yeah. This is hilarious. Here. You see. This okay, if you see this, you don't have to show the thing. Yeah. See the girl, it's actually
okay. And if a moderately attractive girl had to live life as an average man, I think they'd kill themselves in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. He thinks 2 weeks. I thought I said a year, but you see, she tweeted that on Valentine's Day, right?
Why are you single? Bold of you to assume me gaming for 14 hours a day and never doing anything else is attractive to someone.
And she tweeted that on Valentine's Day, right? And you see the replies.
I mean, she's like famous.
She's doing the same thing, like incel baiting, right? It's like, come watch me as a streamer. I'll be your online girlfriend because I have the same personality as you. That just be a degenerate and play games.
Well, that's what she's saying. Is an attractive, regular female playing games 14 hours a day attractive? Yes. It is attractive to that type of person.
And then she's baiting those people. She's baiting those guys, right? It's like, oh my god, I wish.
Yeah, she's so alone. She doesn't think that anybody likes her. Hey, we like you.
And then she is like me. That plays game 14 hours a day. Oh my god. And then you see, these are the type of stuff that they're selling.
She knows that it's attractive to those people, and she's acting as if it isn't, which is.
See, this sells. This is the best way to sell.
Yes, they find it relatable.
The HoloLife girl is #1 for a reason.
Yeah.
Shit, her ring costs $100.
Damn.
And
I guess that way you feel like not everybody has it.
Yeah, but everybody has it.
That's so weird. That's like really like I don't I don't have such a harsh opinion if you want to spend money on like a movie or if you want to spend money on a streamer. Like entertainment is entertainment. If you want to buy a poster or an anime or a movie ticket. I
understand. You want to support the streamer? Yeah. I understand. Like,
but then when you start buying like, hey, like here's a ring and it means you like me and all this, like
you see, that doesn't sell. You want to support me, then sure, donate to me. That doesn't sell.
Yeah.
The same. They're a big company, right? The VTuber, like there's someone else that's very scared of these incels, like unicorns, right? Because who knows, they might fucking kill you.
Yeah, I mean, at least she could make them a postcard or something, like.
Yeah, but there's a girl in the company that tried to prevent this. Like, she doesn't really read donations. She doesn't bait anything. She just sings mostly. Like she wants you to watch her for her talent.
Yeah.
So. She's like number 80 on the donation list. So you see, there's a very big difference.
Well, did you hear about the drama about OnlyFans? that
Yeah, yeah,
apparently
yeah.
they hire people to write their DMs.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I thought you
I
said.
go on OnlyFans, I pay somebody to sub, and then I send them a message, and I get like I paid like I guess a price where they will respond to me, but then it's
Nice.
not
Yeah, yeah,
even
yeah.
them. So
Okay.
you're
Imagine
typing
the
like, "Hey, you're so hot.
50-year-old
I want to
dude
fuck you,"
in
and
the
yeah, it's
job
some guy
center.
like me. It's me working from home responding to your
Yeah.
message. How I
Yeah.
think she would want to respond.
That's a pretty good job. I will want
Yeah,
that job.
yeah,
I can. That's a pretty good. I mean, yeah, people outsource this shit, and then but
yeah.
when you get found out, people stop donating.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Now everybody's gonna be
She's gonna
very
get a hit. She's
suspicious.
gonna take a hit.
Well, I'm sure
Right?
that people on OnlyFans now, if they're trying to sell that, now that like some of that news came out, they might be like, "Here, there's like proof. I'll like take a screenshot of me with your message," like something
Mhm.
like that.
But I mean, this girl, this VTuber, she's gonna take a hit in terms of donations
Oh,
because
of course.
the degenerate fans will be like,
Yeah,
you're not, you know,
yeah. You're not saving
it's gonna
yourself for
be,
me. You're busy getting fucked by this guy.
yeah.
How many of them you think
There's
they take the
oh
ring and
my
they
god,
fucking throw it out the window?
there's already people burning
Yeah,
the fucking
I'll
merch.
burn. Yeah, they record the burning the memorabilia and the
You know,
merch.
the funniest thing out of this to me is all the fan art.
Oh yeah,
Okay, so I don't know. You don't read
no,
NTR
no.
mangas. Okay,
Sure.
so they Photoshop her face,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
okay, so she has a fan like name and like picture.
yeah.
And she's like her personality is a
Sure.
necromancer.
Yeah.
So her fans are ghosts.
Mm,
Right? There's a and she has a picture of them. So
yeah.
they basically have the guy fucking the girl while the ghosts watch. It's absolutely
That's so
hilarious.
fucking funny.
And there's so many fan art of this. It's actually fun. Like I know if she reads it, she's gonna be, not well mentally.
Yeah.
But it's just funny to me
Well, it is funny.
because
Well, again, it's like I feel bad for her regardless of like
yeah,
whatever.
but
I feel bad for her
it's
suffering.
driving these incel crazy, right?
Yeah, but
Like
she should
when
know.
yeah.
She should
When
know
people
better
post those pictures, the incel will insert themselves as the
as the ghost. Yeah,
ghost
instead of as the
watching.
guy. But previously they
Yeah,
were the guy, and now they
yeah,
realize
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just a
It's
ghost.
absolutely hilarious. And you see, and there's a very funny culture in this kind of business, in
Yeah.
idol business. They're okay with these idols have relationship with like same sex, like
Mm.
girl, guy.
So as long as it's not
Like
another guy, it's okay.
yeah. They
Mm.
I don't know if they think. I'm not sure, but this is my
I
theory.
guess
There's
they don't
two
feel as
theories.
threatened, right?
Yeah. There's two theories in my opinion.
Mm.
One is um homosexual relationship are temporary. Like they don't.
Oh, like
It's
they
an
have a
Asian
bad
country,
view
so
of it.
they don't. Yeah. They're pretty homophobic, so
Mm-hmm.
they think, oh, you're just playing
Like it's just for
around. You're
fun.
not. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not real.
I think this
Sure.
is
Yeah.
one of the theory. The second theory is they can still imagine themselves in this relationship. They can still
Oh,
insert
like they're
themselves
the
in this
third. They get to
lesbian
be with
relationship.
both of them now.
Yes. This is the
So
my
it's okay
second
for them.
theory.
It's okay for them to fuck both girls, but it's not okay for her to fuck.
Yeah, or two guys. It's this. I learned this from the guy side
Yeah.
because he covered one of the female song and the fan went crazy.
Yeah.
But when he interacts with a guy, like a little bit like gay,
Yeah.
they're all
Then
really
it's
happy.
okay.
They're shipping them.
Yeah.
They're very happy. Like, oh,
Hmm.
it's okay. It's okay. And I'm like, how's that different? And then
Yeah.
they're like,
I guess it's
I
very,
guess
very
there's the
gendered.
two
Like,
options, right?
yeah.
Either they think it's a joke, or they can still see themselves in this relationship,
Yeah. Well, they
right?
don't feel threatened, right? It's like, oh, he's not
Yeah, yeah,
replacing me
yeah,
with another girl,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not a.
What
But
if he is gay?
that's a really weird way to think because obviously either
Yeah,
way you're getting replaced. But
yeah. But what if the guy is really gay? What are you gonna do? He's
yeah,
not like you have zero chance in that. Like
yeah,
maybe you have 0.1% in the
yeah,
beginning. Now you have zero,
yeah.
right?
That's really
And
weird.
but I think and that's one of the solution like these idol companies do because obviously the management knows, right?
Mm-hmm.
it's a way to
Well, yeah,
sell
the
your
management are people
sexuality.
like me and you who are like, okay, how can we
Yeah, yeah.
scam these people?
If you have a like homosexual relationship, your partner,
Yeah.
like with your coworkers,
Yeah.
it's a way to show off your sexuality without
In a safe
replacing
way.
your fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you can
Which
just
is
show,
very,
look.
like, again, like very weird sort of like views of
Yeah, but it's
sexuality
a very
from,
good strategy, right?
yeah.
Like people will ship you, right? It's what they
Yeah.
say. They'll ship you as a couple.
Yeah. And that
But
sort of like sex sells. It's like the way to do
Mhm.
sex sells without, you know, pissing people off.
Yeah. It's way less risky than what this
Yeah.
girl did, but
Yeah.
it's not as much money.
Even in
It's
Western cultures, like you see that's like with Vebe, and she was like doing a lot of content with Neanners, and they would like joke around like sexually with each other. But if she was doing content with a guy and joking around, even though she's like kind of open about that stuff compared to the Japanese people, right?
Yeah.
I feel like people would get like less. They would be pissed, maybe not pissed off, but they wouldn't be like happy about it.
And they won't be more willing to donate.
Yeah.
Right? As
But if it's
not
two girls, it's
personal.
fine because they think they're both
Yeah.
cute or whatever.
Yeah. It's not as personal
Yeah.
if it's you and a guy. And you see those people who type like paragraphs about, oh, how I'm better, how this guy's not as good. Like, are you crazy?
How can you be better
Like,
than this guy? I mean, he's like top
Exactly.
1.1, like one of a million type of guy.
You have
That must make
nothing
them
with
so.
this.
I guess they must be so jealous.
Yeah.
He's prettier than me, richer than me, younger than me, taller than me, better singer, better actor.
I don't understand how these people expect a very pretty girl,
Yeah,
a very talented girl,
yeah,
in her 20s, maybe 30s,
yeah.
not have a relationship.
Now,
with
do you think
anyone.
ever in history, ever,
Mhm.
has somebody in that like level of position fallen for like a common, you know? Maybe from a male, like I think like a king will fall for like a peasant female. But do you think like, you know, like a queen has fallen for like, you know, a peasant male type of idea? Like has that ever happened? I mean, maybe, right?
1% chance.
Yeah. What about like a farmer? I guess they're like farm boys and shit, huh? But see, even then it's like, wow, he's like attractive. Like he's poor, but like he's attractive and like strong, you know?
Yeah. I think it's a very low chance because people will look at three things first, right?
Yeah.
Physical is if you're tall, if you're handsome, right? Sure, everybody is gonna be, how do I put this? Superficial.
Yeah.
I think everybody is. Everybody is.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe not everybody, but like a vast majority of people for sure.
it's like the.
I think there's definitely some people who really don't care. But
Yeah, but like
you know,
how
they still want you
but-
to at least like shower and shave, you know, like everybody cares a little bit.
Yeah. I think sure it's maybe not the top priority, but I think it's a first impression thing. Right?
Sure.
You swipe Tinder.
Sure.
There's nothing else other than.
I guess the
picture
reason I
and
say
their
that is for
bio.
some people, it's like you see like a really good act, or maybe you see them like reading a book in a library, and then you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
or
that's
helping
cute.
a grandma on the street.
Yeah. So I don't think it's always super fit, but like 90% of the time at least. Yeah.
Yeah. And then second thing is the value of this guy, right? So what can he offer me? Does he have a good job? Does his family have money?
Sure.
Does he have a
Hey,
Canadian passport?
You're being sexist.
Right?
It can't always only be he. Got to be they.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Does she? Okay. He or she or they.
What? There's only he or she or they? Come on, man. You're forgetting about something.
Yeah. But I'm just saying they encompass all other than he and she.
Okay.
But,
all the verbs.
But what do they offer, right?
Yeah.
Like you see, do they have a good job?
Yeah.
Can they support me? Can they support our future?
Yeah.
Right? Or our kids? Right? You see, and then there's personality, obviously.
Yeah.
But you see, these people have none. They don't have a personality.
Well, yeah, right.
They don't have money. They don't have a good background. They don't have good looks.
Yeah.
And not even.
They're not even aware. Like one of the biggest issues is that they're not aware. Like even if she, let's say she ended up in a situation where she's in a one-on-one call with them.
They don't know what to say.
Yeah, are they going to be able to talk to her?
Yeah. And these people are so sad that, but they're mentally ill. I think it's just so. But see, can you say she's taking advantage of them? I don't think so.
She is, but not not in an amoral way. She's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
giving
I
them.
think
She's giving them what
it's
they
like
want, really.
opening a casino, right? Okay,
Yeah,
you're
it's
gonna,
predatory. It's mean,
yeah,
but you're not like
yeah,
murdering. So I mean, it's not like
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
bad.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think a
I think,
casino is much worse than what
yeah,
she's
yeah,
doing. Much worse. I think casinos are like getting to the point where it's like, wow, you're like
loaning
ruining
you
people's
money when you know
lives.
you're fucking
Yeah, yeah,
broke.
yeah. Like I'm
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
yeah,
ruin your life actively.
yeah,
She's
yeah,
just
yeah,
like, hey, I'm cute. I'm here. I'll pay attention to you. And then if you want
yeah,
to give
yeah,
me money, you can.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, yeah, I'm just saying, I think the reaction is overboard, but
Yeah.
it's not
Oh, of
unexpected.
course. Yeah, I think I think
It reminds
obviously
me
you
of,
know that people are going to react this way, but it's definitely wrong. Like you shouldn't be.
yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
reminds me of a video that I watched
Mhm.
on a subreddit that I frequent
Oh,
called
okay.
Crazy Fucking
Oh yeah,
Videos.
those are something.
It's I don't suggest anyone to go to that subreddit.
Yeah.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dead people on
Yeah.
there. So
It
the
says
video I
they shut down watch people die, so they expanded
yeah.
to all the other fucking.
So the video that it reminds me of is,
Mhm.
okay, so it was a snow day and a neighbor shoveling snow into another neighbor's
Oh,
driveway
okay.
or whatever.
In
So neighbor
America?
A,
America or
yeah, in
Russia?
America,
Okay.
and neighbor A is a couple, and neighbor
Sure.
B is a guy.
Sure.
So they shovel snow into neighbor B's house,
Yeah.
and apparently they've been bullying neighbor B
Oh,
quite a lot.
sure.
And neighbor B had been recently divorced,
Mm.
and he's at his last straw
Yeah,
after the
I was
snow
gonna say,
shoveling.
don't bully somebody like that. You're asking for it.
Yeah, and then he goes back in the house, grab a pistol, come out and shoot the couple.
Oh my
And
god.
after he ran out of bullets, he went back in, grabbed a assault rifle,
Oh my
and
fucking
then say,
god.
"You should have shut up," and then kill them both. Go back inside, kill himself.
Oh my
It was
god.
insane. It was a big overreaction, but it's
But it's
not
expected.
unexpected. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's
Just
well,
bullying people in general in America, I would
yeah,
expect to be shot. Even in any
yeah. You,
country, maybe I'm not shot, but maybe they'll try to kill me or like fucking
yeah,
slash my
yeah, yeah,
tires. But somebody who's
yeah.
divorced,
Obviously, yeah,
somebody who's
unhappy.
just divorced, I mean, that's like
Yeah,
you're
and
poking an
you.
alligator.
What I'm saying is, this girl is taking advantage of regarded people,
Yeah.
and you should expect them to be regarded.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Well, that's why
know,
so many
it's,
people, even regular streamers, are like trying to hide their address
and the
and
funniest thing is, I'm not even sure they're dating. I don't think they're dating. Like,
that's even worse.
yeah, and
They
people
would
just
probably
making up.
rather they're in a relationship
Yeah,
than hey,
no,
we're just
you know
fucking.
how crazy these people get? They
Yeah.
dig up photos of both of them with the same plates, or like cat scratching posts,
Oh,
or like they're so crazy.
so
Like,
they figured out like the where they take photos in the house or something.
or yeah, but I'm
Mm.
pretty sure those are like I don't even know if they're the same.
Oh
like,
yeah,
how crazy are you?
yeah, yeah. Not to mention
Because
that
you,
like if they were dating or something,
what if
like they
we
would
use the
buy the
same
same one anyway.
Amazon?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like what?
yeah.
It's so stupid. But I'm just
It's
saying, it's
crazy.
kind of, I feel bad for her, but it's it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, a lot of people are imitating her because it's
Well, they see it
money,
works, and
right?
then yeah, there's
And
other people
also,
who want to try it.
they're swooping in to
Well,
grab the
the best
incels.
example of that was Belle Delphine. She
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
started this whole like trend of like
Mhm.
weird, cutesy, like freaky,
Yeah, yeah,
just like
yeah.
random, and then like so many people tried to emulate that shit.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
much like Tyler One, she was very good at it.
Mhm.
Like she was very good at it, like
Well,
personality wise. And people don't understand. Like there's a million people trying to act like Tyler One. There's a million
yeah.
people trying to act like Belle Delphine, and maybe some of them will get mildly famous.
Mhm.
But it wasn't like they were the first person to ever do this, but they just did it very well.
Mhm. But I just think it's crazy. But a lot of people are swooping in to do the same thing because now the incel that supports her are finding a new
Well,
home,
yeah, yeah.
right?
There's a gap. Like if Tyler One
Yeah,
stopped streaming, now's the
yeah.
time. If
Greek X
yeah,
comes
yeah,
out,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's time to capitalize on this.
yeah.
It's I think it's it's a crazy market.
Yeah,
Maybe
well, I
we
mean,
should tap
all the
into this. We
markets,
can
you know,
be.
like there's like a lot of openings to make, you know, a
Do you
lot
think we
of.
can tap in? I'm
Yeah,
too ugly
we're
for
tapping into the
the.
podcast market, man. Come on, Joe Rogan getting a lot of flack on Spotify. Now it's time for
Oh,
us to make
dude.
a podcast and get on
Yeah,
Spotify,
but
dude.
that's not where the money is. We have to sell
Hey, what do
the
you mean?
boyfriend
They paid him like $20
experience.
million or something.
Oh, really? Oh my god. Maybe we are in the right business then.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, he got. You know how people are canceling him for saying the N word
Did he? Oh,
like 10 years ago?
yeah, in an old stand-up, right?
And I think in his podcast, like
Oh,
he's
really?
quoting someone or something.
I
Well, he
heard
did
that
say some
he was comparing, you know,
black
black
people
people
to
to monkeys, but like,
apes. Yeah.
apes in like stand-up like a long time ago.
He did it in a podcast,
Oh, really?
and it's pretty racist. But
Yeah, the way
I
I
mean,
heard it, I didn't watch the clip, but I saw it
mhm.
written out, and it just
I
looked
read
like just straight up racism, like not even like
yeah.
in a joke.
He basically said he went to a town full of black people, and he was like, "Oh, it's Planet of the Apes,"
Yeah,
and it's a very racist thing
yeah,
to say.
it's like
I
not
said
even a
10 years
joke, right?
ago. Yeah.
I mean, he
No, I
might
mean
have meant
he
it
tried
as a
to
joke, but he's not saying like there's
yeah,
no setup.
and
Hey, I saw a
he
black person outside. There's a monkey. Like it's like, well, is that even a fucking joke?
yeah.
Like you're just being racist.
But careful, you know what you said there? People can clip it and
Ah,
then use it against you in
fuck.
10
Yeah,
years.
I gotta edit it out.
Yeah, I
I'll
think
mute the word monkey.
yeah. Well, maybe, well, yeah. Now people will be like, "Oh my god, what did you say?" Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
they'll
you
think I
said,
dropped a gamer word.
yeah. I just think people were trying to deplatform him from Spotify. I
Yeah.
don't. The thing is,
Now,
he
do you think
doesn't need
that's like jealousy? Do you
Spotify.
think part of it's jealousy?
I think, yeah. I think people are saying, "Oh, he's endangering people from misinformation," and
Well, yeah.
I'm
What
like,
do you? Because
okay,
some of that vaccine shit, he has people on, and he spreads it to like
yeah.
10 million people, like
hmm
that that the vaccine's gonna kill you or some shit, right?
hmm I think it's just natural selection.
Yeah,
You don't
you can't
believe it,
police everything, like you can't.
hmm
I mean,
and I think he
Spotify's a
doesn't need.
private business, and like like
And
obviously,
I think most importantly, Spotify doesn't. No, he doesn't need Spotify. He had a big platform before Spotify. Spotify needs him. That's why they pay him
well, yeah,
$100 million.
that's what I mean. Like when people are
And then
complaining, it's like, well, it's just a
he
business
had
decision.
YouTube. Like he
Yeah.
didn't need
Well, yeah, he's rich as
Spotify.
fuck. He's been famous forever. He's been
Yeah.
famous for like 30 years. Like, I mean,
Yeah. He is his fear factor. Well, this guy's like
yeah,
crazy
yeah,
old,
and
and he
like
has a
people like I
platform.
see people in Twitter comments being like, "Oh, you shouldn't even call him a comedian." It's like, dude, he was a stand-up comedian like before all
Yeah,
of this. Like, that's what he is.
yeah.
Like, you cannot just erase it. You shouldn't call Kevin Spacey an actor. I mean, dude, whether
Mm,
or not he fucking is a rapist, it doesn't mean he's not an actor. Like,
yeah.
you can't deny the reality of the situation. Joe Rogan's
Yeah.
famous. He's good at what he does. People
Mm,
liked him when he was commenting fights, and then yeah, some people were like, "Oh,
mm,
he's shit at commenting." Okay, he might be shit, but people find it entertaining.
mm.
He's
And
entertaining.
I
People
think
want to listen to him talk.
for
Like,
sure.
did
I
he
think he's
host
just
only one
garbage
season?
human.
Did he host only
Yeah.
one season of Fear Factor? No, because people liked him. Like,
Yeah.
people like him. What do you want?
This show is so dog
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. It's a shit show. He's a shit person, but it
But
doesn't
people
matter.
like it.
People want to watch
Yeah.
it.
It
It's just
sells.
about the money.
So
So is Spotify going to
yeah.
remove him from Spotify? Well,
No way.
it
No
depends.
way. They
Like
paid too
it would
much.
take so many people protesting and like removing their
Yeah.
music and their podcast for it to equal
Yeah.
out
Like
the
Neil
number of people.
Young, nobody cares about
Yeah,
Neil
dude, you're
Young
fucking
taking
90
his
years
music off.
old. You're
Yeah.
popular. My fucking grandfather likes your music, and guess what? He
Yeah.
doesn't use Spotify. Definitely not
Dude,
Spotify Premium. Okay.
yeah. See, I have Spotify Premium.
Yeah.
I don't listen to Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I don't enjoy his content
Yeah.
because I think a lot of the stuff is he's just talking garbage.
So why don't you write an email to Spotify and say you're canceling your subscription because of Joe Rogan, man? Come on,
No,
do your
because
part. I'm doing my part.
Spotify has a. Well, see, I'm not in the Apple whole family, so I
Yeah.
don't use iTunes or
Yeah,
Apple Music. So Spotify is still the main source of
Yeah,
my
Spotify's great.
music.
They got
Yeah, and
great quality files. Their
mhm.
suggestions are good. Sponsored. Our
Actually,
sponsor for
no.
this podcast is Spotify.
No, actually, fuck Spotify's
Okay, fuck Spotify.
file because they don't have M4A format.
Oh, no
downloaded
lossless?
content.
Come on, dude.
Yeah, the fucking MP3 or whatever. I can't
Wait,
use.
what's the one we got? It was Jay-Z's. You remember that one? Like Kanye and Jay-Z had made one, didn't they?
Really?
What was that called? Yeah, the one where you had to like pay to be on it only.
Flow? Wait, not flow.
I forget the name of it.
Something with wave?
Wave?
Something with water, I think.
I typed in Jay-Z Spotify. That doesn't come up though. What is the Kanye music service? Tidal.
Tidal. Oh yeah,
Tidal.
yeah. See, it's like water related.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
but
Tidal, that was like Tidal's selling point, right? We use the highest quality files, and you know, only these artists can be on here. Apple does too. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's like a junk business idea. It's like the Metaverse shit. Oh, we're gonna create this whole new thing. Yeah, but you're fucking bad at it, man. VR.
Yeah.
Metaverse will never be better than VR chat, and VR chat is like mediocre, like
or you're pretty garbage. Yeah.
Like people like it because of the other people on it.
Yeah.
Because it has its own community. So how are you going to recreate that on Metaverse when nobody wants to use it? It's like a boomer VR. Like, boomers don't like VR, man. Why are you making a VR for boomers when nobody will want to use it except kids?
Yeah.
It's 18 plus, and you have a personal bubble, and you can't touch it. You can't virtually the whole virtual groping scandal. Dude, have you ever never used the internet?
God.
If you log into the Metaverse, people will try to rape your fucking character model immediately. That's just how it is.
This reminds me of the greatest tweet ever by Tyler, the Creator.
Yeah. How can cyberbullying be real?
Yeah, exactly.
Turn off your monitor, dude.
Yeah. It's people are flaming him for this, but I think it's actually
He's right. Like it's crass. It's a bit rude, but it's true.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
If you're getting cyberbullied, don't read it. If you're getting IRL bullied, it's not as easy to avoid the situation.
Yeah.
You know, you're literally trapped.
School.
Yeah. But if you're getting cyberbullied, I mean, you don't have to be on social media. You can use the internet without using Facebook.
And social media is a poison.
Yeah, well, sure. Actually, and even if you wanted to, well, you can make a social media that doesn't use your real name. You could, you know.
Yeah. And I think most people are not mentally well.
They can't handle it. Yeah, I can handle. So I like social media. I think it's fucking hilarious to see the way people act.
It goes back. That girl that got I guess exposed.
Yeah.
And she is like having a mental breakdown, wanting like suicidal or whatever, just because people harassing her online. Right? So it's insane. It's not for everybody. And then you see the tweets I see daily. Like people are insane about their ideology. Doesn't matter if it's right wing, left wing.
Yeah.
Like people are crazy. Like they're just crazy. They have the most insane like. They just write whatever they think, and they think it's important that people knows.
Yeah. Well, you get a lot of that with like people who become famous in one category, then they start trying to give commentary on like unrelated stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about.
It's like
Gwyneth Paltrow. Isn't it Gwyneth Paltrow like tries to sell rocks that will heal you or something like that?
She sells rocks that you put in your vagina. I'm not even.
And they heal you, right? What do they do?
I think so, or give you good luck.
So what if I don't have a vagina? Is Gwyneth Paltrow sexist?
I think so. She sells it to females.
That's fucked up.
It's a pretty funny name too.
Wait, are you assuming that somebody with a vagina is female?
Oh, no. The majority of them is.
Right? Wow, that's quite an assumption, man. You're using your cis privilege right now.
Well, it's okay. I'm a minority.
Sure, you're oppressed. I mean, you're Taiwanese. You're oppressed. You know, you're in imminent danger of
oppressed
invasion.
by the Chinese people across the strait.
So do you think we have to end soon because I have to go to the appointment? But do you think the invasion is going to happen? Right now it's the 15th of November. It hasn't happened yet. Let's get your prediction.
February.
Okay, so you think it will happen, and it will happen this month?
Yes. The Russian invasion, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think China is going to invade Taiwan.
Oh, yeah. No, not yet. Yeah, so Russia is going to invade Ukraine. Do you think it's going to happen tomorrow, like they say? Or is it fake news?
I think it's gonna be this week, sometime this week.
And what do you think the response is going to be? Just let them take it?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, because Ukraine's not in NATO, right? So I
Yeah,
don't
so
think
no
they're-
war. Now, do you think... So let's imagine that nobody else gets involved. It's just Russia versus Ukraine. I guess like Czechoslovakia, whoever's like aligned with Russia, right?
Belarus.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do you think Ukraine's going to pop off at all?
No,
Okay.
they're gonna get run over.
Okay, so how many... Let's estimate some casualties.
Around
How many Ukrainians are going to die versus how many Russians?
30K versus 10K.
Okay, 3-1.
And then it's gonna be surrender.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll see. And
That's my...
the only other thing, do you think that the U.S. sanctions are going to be like very severe or like what?
Yeah. I think the West.
So when the West
sanction
heavily
them.
sanctions Russia, I guess Russia and China just like, you know, link.
Yeah. I think the European country will.
So
get
Baltic,
with
like
Middle
Baltic,
East.
Slavic, Europe, Russia, and China are all going to be like one unit. And then Western Europe, Western like North America is one unit, kind of.
I think Europe will get along with Middle East because they're gonna need oil.
Yeah, the Middle East situation is weird, like because with all these alliances, like the Middle East is kind of the Middle East is like a trading chip, and like I wonder how that's gonna.
I think Russia will fall eventually.
Yeah, is there anybody? Because right now Saudi is aligned with the U.S. like primarily, right?
Yeah.
Do they have their own
Turkey
military? Like, do they have
somewhat.
a strong military over there, or what?
No, but they have a lot of resources.
Yeah, they just have a lot of money.
Like Turkey and like.
Yeah, isn't Turkey?
Those countries.
Is Turkey in NATO?
I think so.
Yeah, because like Turkey, Greece, you know, like those ones aren't like
Not
Serbia,
wealthy, but-
Belarus, but they're also not like Germany, France. They're kind of in like the middle of.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Turkey is in a pretty bad inflation.
Oh my god!
they don't
Yeah, the
sell Apple
fucking
product.
aren't they like 40% inflation per month or something like
I
that?
think 80%. I think.
Oh god.
They don't even sell Apple product there because of inflation. I'm not even kidding. That
Yeah,
Apple
you can
stopped
go.
selling shit.
I got to VPN my Steam to Turkey so I can buy, you know, buy New World for $5.
Yeah, Venezuela V2.
Yeah, dude, hyperinflation.
Crazy.
Economics in general are weird, but this whole hyperinflation, it must be so surreal to have your life savings suddenly worth $0.
It happened in Taiwan.
Yeah, Taiwan, Zimbabwe, Venezuela, Turkey.
$40,000 to one.
Yeah.
Well,
do you think Turkey's like past the point of no return where they're gonna have to remake, like change to euros or something?
Yeah. I think that's a lot of countries that change to US, change to euros.
Yeah.
And back in Taiwan, because it was called China. Well, it's still called China, but it's called Republic of China, not People's Republic of China. But basically, they're like, oh shit, well, too bad, 40,000 to one. We're making a new Taiwan dollar. It's called. If you look up the currency, it's called NTD. It's a new Taiwan dollar. It's not even
similar to NTR.
Yeah. that
you got NTR'd by China, so you have to make a new currency.
Well, no, actually, that's we'll talk about it next time. But Taiwan becomes super rich because of they lost the civil war, but they are super rich.
Taiwan Civil War NTD. The only other things I had written down that we didn't talk about were NFTs and the digital yuan and all that.
Yeah, we can also talk about
all those things are related. So
yeah, and some other stuff.
Yeah, I mean we got plenty to talk about.
Yeah.
All right, pretty good. Hour 43 minutes. I think. I mean, we could talk for a long time. I don't even care if it goes like really long. I think it's fine.
I think it's a pretty good amount of time.
Yeah. Okay, I'll end it here.
Okay. Bye.
Great stuff. Yeah. Bye. That'll be our outro. Bye.